Hi there, Mark here again. Got Rob on the camera.
Hiya.
And today we're going to be looking at this Haiboxing 16889. It's hobby grade, we think, entry level monster truck or four-wheel drive racing truck as it says on the side.
Ready to run, sir?
Yeah, it's ready to run, and it comes with quite a few bits and bobs, so hopefully this could be an ideal buggy for the beginner in RC, don't you think, Rob?
Yeah, I think so.
Let's have a look on the inside and see if we're right. So there we go, this is what you get inside the box. We've obviously got the car itself, or the truck, obviously instruction manual, 2.4 gig transmitter. You get a box wrench. A nice option here is you get the 7.4 volt LiPo, 1000 milliamp hour. That's a spare battery, I think you'll find. We've got the charger, USB charger. Got a spare set of body clips, which is a nice addition because they're easy to lose. And the sticker set, because the body, as you can see at the moment, has still got the protective film on. So let's just get this unclipped and have a look at this little beauty. Okay, so this is a Lexan body. You can see it's pre-painted from the inside, and it's still got the protective film on, so we can get that off and stick some of the stickers on. So let's try and go through the main features here, Rob, eh?
Okay, sir.
You're going to give me a hand with this in case I forget anything.
Yeah, try.
As I said, I think it says on the box it's for 14 years up and that it's hobby grade and not a toy. And I think looking at it quickly,
yeah.
I've got to agree with that.
Yeah.
We looked at the chassis design. It's a nice bathtub. It's made out of kind of quite a flexible plastic, which is good. You've got your diffs front and rear. We've got the central metal shaft drive going down the centre that supplies the power from the front to the back differentials. It's four-wheel independent suspension, so you've got your top and bottom wishbones, and at the moment on there it's got well, they're called friction shocks on there, but again there's no friction, they are just springs. But the only saving point on this one, the good point, is it has got these metal adjustable collars, so you can adjust the preload to suit, which is unusual, I think, on these cheaper ones, but it's still very bouncy. But as I say, it reminiscent of TT02 kind of layout.
Yeah,
very similar, even with the suspension mounts is quite similar, like I say. So anyway, what have we got in here? As I said, it's got the 1000 milliamp hour LiPo comes with it, so that's the two batteries, which is, again, at this price point, I think it's about £60-ish.
Wow.
You'd have to check in your country, whatever, but basically it's widely available on the internet for that kind of price. So for that money, with that, it's good. You've got everything you need to run. We've got a 390 motor there, so a bit of a warning about getting hot, because there is a nice little alloy heatsink on the motor. Nice little addition. We've got the 2-in-1 ESC receiver, and it says that this is splash proof. It shows on the box it running through water, but it says not to fully immerse it, so yeah, I wouldn't go driving it through the bottom of a lake. No. But yeah, we can test that anyway. There's your servo, and I noticed that on there, quite unusually, it's got a servo saver. There's a spring mounted in there, and you can see if you go to the full extension, it has got that extra bit of play, which is great for saving the gears in the servo, isn't it? If you get any hard impacts on the front wheels and shock that servo, so that's also good. I'm sure this is the actual latest release of this this buggy or truck, the 16889, and I think before it did come with the LEDs, but they were in the box apparently. But on the one I've got here, you can see that the LEDs are already pre-fitted and wired up, and there is a spare socket there for power for maybe rear lights or other accessories, so that's quite cool.
Cool, yeah.
So let's have a quick look at the actual suspension itself and the steering. As I said, it's double wishbone. This one looks like it's got plastic drive shafts, but I wouldn't be put off completely, guys, by plastic parts, because modern plastics are pretty good, aren't they, Rob?
They are.
And what you find is that they've got a bit of giving them, these kind of more flexible plastics. If you have like I say, a hard impact, it will bend slightly rather than snapping that some metal components would probably snap. So, and again, some of the latest more expensive cars also come with plastic wishbones, don't they? Like
They do.
The armours and so on. So yeah, I wouldn't let that put you off. That's pretty good. We've got looks like stainless wishbone links or wishbone pivots, which is nice, and you can easily take this off for maintenance with the 4 screws there, front and back. At the front we've got, looks like, I don't know if you can see in this light, Rob,
Just
you
about.
see the steering, we've got, looks like stainless or steel balls there on the actual steering and suspension itself, which is nice, and there's a CV joint there in the front, and the dog bone end into the actual differential on the other side. So as I said earlier, one of the good things about this car is that it is upgradable and totally rebuildable. You can strip it all down, you can buy all the parts separately, and there are a few upgrades available, so we can get rid of these bouncy shocks, hopefully, to show you it is quite bouncy, isn't it?
Just a bit.
But we'll give it a run. I'll give it its first test run with it as it is, so we can see what it's like stock. But there are optional alloy shocks. We'll talk about that in a minute. And you can buy the metal drives and the output cups, and there's even the option to upgrade to a brushless system in the future. So that's there's plenty of pop-ups and mods and things for the future that you can do to this this buggy, truggy, truck, whatever it is. So let's have a quick look in the manual. You get your basic how to run it, how to charge the batteries and the controls. But the interesting part for me is, like I said, the bit that makes it more hobby grade. You've got the full list of spare parts you can get for it. Did I mention it's fully ball raced, Rob? I think I did.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm not sure.
I'm not sure.
Yeah,
No.
so it's fully ball raced all the way through, and the optional parts, we've got the shocks, oil shocks, you've got different prop shaft, you've got the metal spur gear, metal diff gears, we've got the metal head drives, we've got the metal CV jointed drive shafts for the front, and the dog bones for the rear. And like I say, you could put a wheelie bar on, and then you've got the optional ESC and brushless motor and pinions. So like we say, lots of ways you can go with this little thing. You can also see you've got the instructions how to assemble it, and again, you might be able to see, if you know anything about the Tamiya TT02, this is quite a similar layout with the diffs, the central shaft, the motor, and where the pinion and the spur gears are. Yeah, so it's all pretty much a little copy, really, of a TT02, in my opinion. So a quick look at the transmitter. It's a decent size. A lot of these smaller scale cars come with much smaller controls.
They do, don't they?
This is, yeah, a bit bigger. It's quite light, and there's not much weight to it, but it only takes, I think it's 2 AA batteries.
Wow.
Yeah, so
yeah.
that's all you need to make the car go, basically, from opening the box. Everything else is provided, but you do need those 2 AAs. Nice little feature on this, you've got the speed switch, which from looking at the manual shows that if you turn it right down, you drop the car to 40% of its top speed, and
wow.
Then you can, it's analog, so you can nicely adjust that.
Yeah.
So you've got a new driver, or if you're supervising a young child driving the car, that's a really useful little feature. You've got the steering reverse in case you're left-handed, and yeah, that's basically it. So we turn it on, you've just got the LED flashing. And something I said to you I do like on this, Rob,
Yeah.
the power switch is nice and easy to get to, and it's just a push button, and there we go, it's paired up, so they've stopped flashing. You can see those LEDs.
Yeah.
They're pretty bright, aren't
They
they?
are quite bright, sir.
So yeah, it's all looking quite good. Obviously it's proportional, so I can go really slow speed. That's the reverse. That's forward. So yeah, well, maybe it might do 30k, Robert.
Yeah.
Seems pretty rapid.
It does.
You can see in there, can't you, the metal prop shaft spinning away there.
Yeah.
Yeah, so definitely proportional. The steering a try, yeah. So a bit noisy, that servo, and there's quite a good throw, isn't there, on the steering as well.
Yeah.
So that's all looking good. think one thing I didn't mention before was the tyres, Rob, when we were looking at the actual car itself. They're
You're not wrong.
they're not too bad. They do feel more like of a rubber compound rather than some of the cheaper ones,
Yeah.
which are more like plastic, aren't they?
They are, yeah.
But yeah, they're not that soft. So if you run it on tarmac and gravel and so on, I don't think you're going to tear them up or anything like that.
No.
But yeah, it looks like they might spin a bit, especially on a damp surface. Again, going to be fun finding out. So yeah, basically there it is. I'm quite impressed, to be honest with you. Like I say, the whole thing, the way it's designed, the components it's made of, and the fact that you can upgrade it and rebuild the thing and get all the spares. Yeah, I think that's going to be a bit of fun. I think this could be good for anybody who's starting out in the hobby, because as I said, you've got somewhere to go with it. If you want to kind of make it that bit more special. A quick note at the end, I was sent the car, as I said, to review. I've got a few little extras with it, so I've got a spare body, which is cool. You can obviously buy these, they're quite cheap, so if you damage your original, they're quite easily replaceable. And I've got a set of those, well, they're not fully alloy, I think, but they're alloy capped oil shocks, so I can definitely tell in there is some damping. So at some point in the future we'll test it as it is, and then we'll put these on. And I've also got those metal CV joints for the front and the metal dog bones, and then also a set for the rear. And the nice thing about these, with this hop up, is that to replace those kind of screws that you've got that bolt or screw into the axles to hold the wheel on, you then get more like the Tamiya kind of solution, where you've got the actual wheel nut, wheel shaft sticking out through.
And they come with them, don't they?
And it comes with that, yes, and you get the nylock nut as well to secure the wheels back on. So yeah, looking forward to upgrading it with those at some point, and then giving it another try and letting you know how we get on. Okay then, so there we go. I'm quite impressed with this little thing. Looking forward to getting a test run of it. I've seen other people running these, and I've got to say, I've seen some put through their paces and given a real bashing, and they seem to be quite indestructible. Let's hope that that mine's the same. Anyway, thanks for watching, take care, and we'll see you next time. Bye.
Bye.